Welcome back to the award.
In Spearfish, they did the same thing they've done in the past few games. They come out slow, the other team gets a goal, they go down a goal, and then all of a sudden they wake up in the second half, and there's only a certain amount of time before that starts to really bite you. And if the Governors will play their game, get the ball wide, get those attacking channels that are up front that are created because you go wide, just like the Harrisburg girls did, they're going to be successful in this game. But if they come out slow, come out lethargic, you know, Harrisburg right now, they're playing for a playoff spot. They want to get into the next round, and every game for them right now is important to win so they can have a better seeding.
Absolutely. Looking ahead at the schedule coming up for the Pierre Governors, they too will go on the road this weekend to Brandon Valley. And for the Harrisburg Tiger boys, they will be on the road at O'Gorman. That'll come up on the 16th, off weekend here for Harrisburg over the next couple days. We'll step away for 60 seconds. When we come back, it's time for our Comtech kickoff for game number 2 of our doubleheader between the Pierre Governor boys and the Harrisburg Tigers. You're listening live to the Bank West pregame show on River 92.7 and streaming on drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Big thanks to all the folks that have tuned in for Game 1 and are sticking around for Game 2. I think we've got those audio issues figured out. We had a power outage about midway through the game, and that just threw everything for a fritz. But I think we got it settled out, and appreciate everybody for tuning in and letting us know that those audio issues were going on. It's tough, you know. The computer just didn't want to keep up with us. But I think, as William Wilson says, we sound wonderful, and it's always good to hear that we at least sound wonderful for a change, Chris.
Well, it's good to know people are tuning in,
yeah.
And they care about what we're saying.
Yes.
So
especially the folks that are actually here at the game that want to not only watch but also tune in and hear mainly what you have to say. They just kind of deal. So. They kind of deal with what I have to say, much like everybody at the station back at DRG Media Group World Headquarters. They just kind of deal with me, and just hope that all those ads get played. As we are getting set, starting lineups have been announced. The Harrisburg Tigers in their road whites. Their goalkeeper today, Josh Jimenez, rocking the purple kit. As Carter Templeton's in his home gray kit. He's got the highlighter green numerals. Governors in their home greens with the numerals in white. Stripes in white around the outside as well. They're huddled up, getting ready to go. We're getting ready to go, though, staring back into the sun. Chris and I were hoping that some of that cloud cover would stay put, but it is not. But it has certainly created a beautiful day, and a beautiful day for a popsicle out here at the Pilk. It's warm, but that breeze is blowing through nicely and keeping the temperature down on things for the most part. It'll be tough looking back into the sun to try to get some of these numbers, but we're going to do it because the folks here at the Pilk want to hear the broadcast, and we can't wait to bring it to them. Governors looking to keep their win streak alive. They've won the last 3, looking to make it the last 4. Harrisburg trying to snap that 5-game losing streak. We're set to go here for our Comtech kickoff at midfield. Governors will start with it. They roll it back, and we are underway for game number 2 here at the Pilk. As it will be Caden Aharts trying to move his way forward. And, you know, I think in this game that Sean Blanchette feels like his team should win. I don't know a game that Sean Blanchette has gone into where he hasn't felt like his team should win. And I think he would love to get an early goal and really supply some pressure to the Harrisburg Tigers, and an early goal would do just that.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that first goal. girls game versus boys game. Boys game is a lot more about momentum than the girls game, and that momentum can be a blessing or a punishment. And first goal, getting that momentum, getting out there, getting rocking right off the bat, nothing better than that on the boys' side.
Ball thrown in from the far side. Going to battle back and forth at midfield. Going to be controlled here by the Tigers. Push forward, but cut off by Javier Portela-Alegre. And that's a name you're going to hear a lot today. Portela-Alegre, one of the fastest players out on the pitch any time, and any opponent they face. He is one of the key defenders here for the Pierre Governors. Does a lot, much like Sophia Bruggeman on the girls' side. Doesn't really get into the stat sheet much, but boy, the play that he offers out on the pitch for the Governors is certainly well appreciated by Sean Blanchette. Caden Ahart's trying to work up the far sideline, working against Eli Hutton. Rolled forward, and sorry, Chris.
No, I was going to say, you're going to see this is going to be a battle of two different styles of play. Coach Ryan Beyer from Harrisburg has been coaching for a long time. Matter of fact, back when I started coaching high school soccer 25 years ago, he was in his first year, so we've known each other a long time. And Coach Ryan's teams, even from back then till now, and he's won a couple state championships with the O'Gorman boys and others with the girls' side, and his teams are all going to be organized. They're going to play very patient. And they're going to look to just grind you down, just wear you out, and play their style of soccer, which is possession, methodical, build-up play. Versus the Governors, you're going to play a lot of speed through the middle, get the ball out wide, attack spaces. So this really should be an interesting battle of two completely different ways of playing.
And how does that work? And is there one kind of style that favors over the other that gives you even more of an advantage when you're playing two completely different styles?
I think it's whoever can play their style the best. Personally for me, I like to get in the ball wide. I like attack with pace, attack with aggressiveness, attack with anger, and that's been. And I know the people who've known me for a long time, even from back when I'm coaching, they're going to be nodding their heads, going, "Yeah, Chris always wanted us to play angry up front," and that's just the way I like to play. But Coach Beyer's had a lot of success with his style of play with his teams, and he's just starting building this Harrisburg program and getting that style implemented with them. So it's going to be interesting to see.
That's a great point you made, because when I talked to their head coach, he said the same thing. He made a lot of progress building the culture and the soccer culture at Harrisburg. He's in his second year coaching with the Harrisburg Tigers, but his 26th season overall. So Coach Beyer knows a thing or two about implementing a culture. And he says they're starting to learn what it takes to compete at a winning level. And he loves the character of this team. Of course, it's not formulating into wins, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and especially playing at this level in 11 AA, it is not just going to happen overnight.
No, it's not. And it took him a couple of years at O'Gorman with the boys program to get that style implemented, get them to buy in and believe and understand what it took to be successful, get that mindset, that attitude. And once they did it, all of a sudden you started seeing O'Gorman in the championship game coming out as an 8th seed and getting in the championship, a 7th seed coming in and getting in the championship. And they took the whole season to build it, and then by the end of the season they were playing their best, and I don't see him doing it any differently here.
Governors forcing the issue here. This one makes its way inside the box, going to be shot and deflected away out front. Good defensive play there from Caden Ling, who stopped that before it got back to Josh Jimenez. As this one will get all the way back to Norton along that back line. He'll just kick it out of play. Andre Sengos, the freshman, in his way there. Thrown through, popped way up into that partly cloudy sky. Of course, none of those parts of clouds want to get in front of the sun, as it shouldn't. It's a gorgeous day out here at the Pilk. Perfect day for some soccer action.
Working on my suntan here,
yeah,
Justin.
And you know what? Looks like you've been working on it all summer long. Golden brown, is my friend Chris Derry. As these summer months are fleeting, as we get into fall, the sun's going to fall a lot sooner, as are the temps. So we're just enjoying this beautiful weather while we've got it. Governors and Tigers scoreless here in the early going. No real shots on goal yet. The only opportunity is this one's rifled through, but deflected away as there was a bunch of bodies in the way. Kept alive by Stephen Lamont. Out in front, what a save from Carter Templeton as he went diving to his right. Andre Sengos put the shot to his left, and Carter Templeton saved it with the left leg. And now this has given some numbers to the Governors on the offensive side as Caden Aharts ran through, but that little momentum train ran out of steam as it got deeper and deeper into Harrisburg territory. This will be pushed forward. Sengos.
Yeah, and right there you saw Carter Templeton. Carter Templeton came out, closed down that space. He saw that striker make that slicing run in goal side of his defender. Carter knew he had to come out and make himself big, and he did exactly that and got down quickly, which has been a trademark of his for this entire season. He gets down quickly, and a lot quicker than people think he does with as big as he is.
And I didn't think just a couple minutes into this game that we'd have our first candidate for the Rounds Financial Services Right on the Money highlight. But man, Carter Templeton maybe making the best save he's made all season long. I don't know. He's made some great saves, including here at the Pilk. He made a save on a penalty kick that kept them out in front.
Yeah, for me right now, his penalty kick saves are, to me, have been his best saves, including the one in Yankton that kept them in the game and allowed them to get that tie. I think so far this season, that's probably his biggest, most pressure-packed save that he's made.
That was one that Sean Blanchette referred back to after their Watertown win, in which he also made a penalty kick save in that match. They won that one 4-1, but it was a 3-1 game when he made that save, and it was an opportunity that had Watertown capitalized, they would have cut it to 1. It would have been a completely different soccer match. However, after that save made by Templeton, the pass down the field set up Jacoby LaRoche to get that 4th goal of the game. So that score of 4-1, the game was a lot closer than that final score would have you to believe, and a big part of that was Carter Templeton.
Yeah, and and the funny thing was I was out in Spearfish this last weekend and watched it play out there, and he had another PK save out there, so he is 3 for 3 this year on PK saves, and that PK save there he made would have allowed that team to get to be 2-2 in that game, and he made that save and kept them out, and they end up winning 3-1, mostly because of that save. So Carter has been a beautiful addition to this team this year as the first-year varsity keeper.
And don't get used to hearing 100% on penalty kick saves. 3 for 3 on the season is quite the anomaly. And it just speaks to the talent that the Governors have between the pipes. Hekmat Ghaznavi trying to cut his way through some defenders here at midfield will be passed off to Jacoby LaRoche. And now LaRoche will have it taken away. Back and forth they go at midfield. Everett Norton stealing it away, giving it off to Alex Odakoven. And kind of right on cue in that Watertown matchup, you were calling for Alex Odakoven to be a little bit more aggressive, and aggressive he was. Supplied some much-needed pressure for the Governors in that second half against the Arrows. As the Tigers take this one across midfield. Crossing pass made its way all the way through to Riker Upton. Upton stops, puts a shot on goal, and he hangs his head in disgust as he had nothing but net and missed it wide left.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Ryan Beyer, I'm going to applaud him for making that cutback and getting it right. But on the same note, I'm going to tell him there's nothing in front of you. Dribble at him and make him make a decision. Just pass it in the net. So Carter got big again. But I got bailed out a little bit by taking that shot from distance.
Certainly felt like Riker Upton's eyes got a little bit wide. The sophomore found himself one-on-one with Templeton and maybe took that shot a little bit too quickly. And it's a learning moment right there that he will take away. I'm sure he'll slow things down the next time he gets an opportunity like that. Tigers will control at midfield. Crossing kick making its way towards Hekmat Ghaznavi.
Exactly what we talked about in the pregame about the Governors need to come out fast and come out ready to play and come out ready to play in the first part of the game. They're doing it again where they're coming out a little bit slow, a little bit, they're getting pressed. And I know right now I can see Sean down there with his hands on his hip, shaking his head. I know he's frustrated by the fact that the Governors aren't controlling this game more than they should, as well as they should be.
10 minutes gone, a little bit over 10 minutes gone here in the first half. Still scoreless on our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Justin Cowart alongside Chris Derry here on a gorgeous Thursday afternoon. As the Pierre Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers looking to split these varsity matches. The Tiger girls won 2-0 in game one. Governors looking to win here and even things up on the day. Both teams just kind of feeling each other out, and I think you'd be a little bit shocked if you look at the way these last couple games have gone for both of these teams to know that Harrisburg has kind of controlled this game here in the early going.
Yeah, again, it's Ryan Byer's style of play. Patient, methodical, build-up play. Get numbers behind the ball at all times. If you watch when the Governors are attacking, Harrisburg is dropping numbers quickly, getting 5, 6, 7 kids behind the net or behind the ball, clogging up the middle, which is where the Governors really, right now so far, have been trying to push.
Governors with it. This ball is sent out in front of the net, looking for Hekmat Ghaznavi. That is a tough ball to place that far away, and with the wind buffeting the way that it is, it is kind of got to factor in a little bit of luck that the Govs didn't get there. So it'll be Josh Jimenez to boot it away for the Tigers. Low line drive kick. Bounces through a couple of legs, and now giving chase is Carter Norton. He's joined by Andre Sengos. Norton will get to it first. Roll it here near side. Played forward for Ghaznavi. Ghaznavi doing a nice job stepping in front of that pass. The give and go as Ghaznavi tries to turn on the Jets and get around Rylan Enns. Enns will just step in front. Felt like a possible scoring opportunity was developing there for the Govs. They'll keep looking for those. Here as we get closer and closer to the midway point of the first half. Push forward, giving chase forward is Miles Wright. Javier Portela Alegre in step with him. And we got an offsides against the Tigers. Chris Derry doing a little traffic direction here. As Coach Byer was wondering what the final say was on that last play. You want to know why the flag went up?
Yeah, he's just wanting clarification. He had two guys running the line up there. Which one of them was offsides? Because if he's saying the center one was offsides, he wasn't in the play and shouldn't have been called offsides because of it. If the far guy was offsides, then that was the correct call. But the way the linesman pointed the flag, he pointed the flag at the middle guy. And I would agree with Coach Byer. He wasn't involved in the play or shouldn't have been called back.
So Coach Byer being pretty vocal over there on the Tigers sideline, trying to snap a losing streak for his